They don't even care a pin about your well-being. They don't care if you're going to die, if the winter storm will carry you and go. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video, and if this is the first time you're seeing me, you're highly welcome to my channel. My name is Delight, and if you're an OG, thank you so much for returning. So from the title of this video, you already know what we're going to talk about. I just want to come on here to like share my experience, share my story. This could encourage somebody and also to enlighten a lot of people, because we all have this stereotype thinking that when you come into Canada, you're going to get a very high paying job, you're going to do so well that you start building house in your home country. Like, chill. It is possible that you could come here and find a very good paying job, but at the same time reduce the expectations. Just a little bit, just reduce it a little bit, because you can watch a lot of videos. I'm sure you've seen a lot of video on culture shocks and, you know, coming into Canada with high expectations. What we saw or what we thought it was not what we saw. So they're just two different things. I'm here to tell you my own part of my experience. I made a video on how you can get a job easy. You can check my previous video. If you've not watched that, I'm going to try and link it in anywhere, somewhere here up there, for you to watch the video, and also for you to get so many avenues for you to apply for a job. However, if you've been following all my videos, you remember either of the second or the third or the fourth video, I made a video on, you know, going to work, and that was like my first job. And a lot of people after watching that video reached out to me, like, you know, to know how I was doing, because it was not funny. Let's just be honest, it was not funny. Please, when you come into Canada, have an open mind. These jobs that you feel like, oh, how can I do this? How can I be a plumber? How can I be a carpenter? How can I be a dishwasher? How can I be a cleaner in this person's house? These jobs are actually something that can put food on your table and, you know, make you pay for your mortgage and everything. These jobs that we look down in our home country are not the way it is here. So when you come into Canada, you have to be open-minded. You have to, how should I say, you have to actually be open-minded, because anything goes at this point. Like, anything goes. With the rate of Naira reducing every minute, the rate of any currency that you are reducing every minute, with the dollar rates increasing, please, when you come into Canada, you have to, you know, get your expectations right. Don't be more than that. Don't just go higher than that. But it's good to keep your hopes high and hope for the good job that you decide. So I arrived in Canada in August. For my school started in September, and then I started applying for job. I started looking for job. I remember going out to my friends, you know, to go to different stores to submit our resumes, and nothing. They literally did not even call us back. And then I put in the whole energy, because here, if we don't have a car, everywhere is far. So imagine you taking the bus and taking like 20 minutes or 30 minutes going to somewhere, trying to submit CVs, and, you know, nothing is coming out. So I decided to put in all the energy I had to all the job websites to apply for a job. So I started looking for a job. I literally was searching for a job like every single where. Like, I don't even care, whatever you're doing, just employ me. Let me just get some dollars coming in, because at that moment, I'm just someone that if my funds in my account is reducing, it makes me feel sick. It just makes me feel sick. If it's not coming in, if it's not adding up, I just feel like, no, something has to be done. So at that moment, I was already spending, I was already paying house rent, I was already buying things for my house, for my apartment. So I was just like, no, I have to just give me something. Just let me just do something. And then I got a mail. They asked me to schedule an interview. That's like the normal thing they always do. So they'll reach out to you after submitting your CV. When they go through it and they feel like they need you for your job, for their company, they will have to like call you. Then when they call you, they will ask you for like to schedule. When you schedule, just like probably pick any day, either Monday to Friday. You used to choose an interview date for them to interview you. I chose an interview date, and they approved it. They sent me the link, the Zoom link, and yeah, the day came in and I did my interview, and it was very good. They accepted me. I was like, okay, yeah, great. She explained everything to me, how it was going to be done. I was like, easy. Asked for my details, my student permit, to know if I'm eligible to work and everything. I also have to like submit my police check vulnerability, police check certificate or license or something like that. You have to go to like any regional, any of your region police station, and then give them your details. Oh, you know, you have to book online. When you book online, you submit some of your details, and then they have to go through it, ask some questions, and then you have to collect your police check paper, certificate, something like that, because you need it to submit to any job that you apply to. So I did all that. I was like, oh cool, that's pretty nice, that's pretty good, I'm learning new experiences, right? So then I submitted all my documents and I was to start. Now I went the first day, normal thing, there's always an orientation because they can't even allow you into, just like normal company procedure and policy. When they employ you, you have to like come in and do orientation. So when we did the orientation and everything, I was still skeptical because where was so much of an office type. I was like, okay, so where's everybody, like where are people working and everything? And they're like, oh, they're at the back end, blah blah blah. I was like, okay, cool. I know I didn't mention this place is very far. This place is like a very different city from where I was. Imagine you're going from point A to point Z, like it was just very far apart. Like it was very far. Even with a private car, it would take you almost like 2 hours, or let's say an hour and 30 minutes, and with the bus it takes like 4 hours to 5 hours. No, let me say 4 hours. I started the job. When I came, it was like a very big warehouse. I was like, okay, cool, okay. Everywhere was neat, everywhere was tidy, everywhere was clean. We even had like cleaners trying to clean everywhere. We had like the joint health sector, you know, everything was really, really nice. And then I was to start the job. They gave me the training the first day. It was basically just, how do I say it? Just like on Amazon, when you place an order from your own end, they try to get the products and then ship it to you. So we are the ones getting the, whatever you place your order, we're the ones getting this product and placing it in the brown carton for you, and then the delivery guy will take it to wherever you are. So that was just the whole thing. Like you have to, whatever you're seeing, because we work with like a tablet, so whatever you're seeing in the tablet is what you're going to pick for your clients. So you kind of go around, like it's all numbered though. So if you see that this thing is in A211, I'm just trying to guess a number, you go to A211, pick up the product. If it's 2 products, you pick up 2 products. That was just the whole thing. The only thing I can say about that job was just that it was for a longer hour, because I had to take longer hours, because I didn't imagine myself coming there more than 3 times. So I just did 2 days, and the 2 days was almost 20 hours. I was doing 10 hours every day. Like, guys, no, don't do that. don't do that. I was doing 10 hours because, you know, the time to go there. And guys, I was in school section has started. Just imagine, you know. And I was really happy that the times I was going there, because I was going there one of the weekdays and one weekend. So the weekend or Saturday, I don't even go to school. The weekday I usually go to work is on a Wednesday. Wednesday is like an off day for us in the first semester, so it was just pretty okay. I chose the day, I chose the time. I was like, yeah, okay, pretty okay. And even in that off day of the weekday, I still had assignments to submit and everything. Like, you guys, it was so much going on, and I found myself like doing my tests in the bus, trying to do my assignments in the bus. Everything was just in the bus. My data was finishing even before the month end, so I was subscribing every time. Like, I was subscribing, like sometimes I even subscribed like 3 times in a month. Sometimes I'm just like, what is happening, please? Like, it was draining me. I was crying before I leave my house. I leave my house around 5, because the bus starts by 5, I think. So sometimes I leave, it's not even sometimes, I have to leave the house by 5, and then when I leave the house, I'll not turn back and look at my house like, oh, see you in the midnight. Like, I always feel so sad leaving the house, but then I have to do what I have to do. So when I leave the house by 5, I have to get there by 9 or 10. I think it was 10. So I have to get there by 10. Usually I come before the time, and that is to meet up with the whole schedule, because if I miss any of the buses, I'll probably be there by 12:01 as a new intake, so that is not good. So I had to like start up on time and go there on time. It was really draining on me, let me not even lie. It was really draining. Most times when I come back, my legs are sore, I am tired, but just have to do what I have to do. So that is the part where I say reduce expectations a little bit. So when you come in here, the jobs that you feel like, oh, these jobs are not something I want to do, you have to do it. You just have to do, because even now I heard that the new policy of Canada is trying to recruit new traders. Like if you have a skill in carpentry, painting, they're trying to recruit these people because they feel like these people are needed in more provinces in Canada. So don't mind any job that you see, don't even mind. So far the funds are coming in, don't be ashamed of your work at all. I see a lot of videos where people cry when people are posted in the fish or meat factory, when they are posted it to do like the dishwashing. These jobs feel that might be like a job that you look down on people in your country, but here it's not. You cannot look down because they can literally even pay your bills. These people can even pay your bills. That is not even working. So these jobs, just open your mind and receive the job that you need. Unless you don't want to be working in Canada and you have all the funds that you have, then no problem. So that's the reason why I'm making this video. So one time I was in, it was a very, very strong winter storm. Like that was the first time experiencing winter storm. I took the train to work, and when I took the train to work, I missed my stop, and that was like my first time taking the train, to be honest. I wanted to use like experience it because I missed my bus already, because when there is winter storm, like most buses will just be acting somehow. It's very cold. The winter is stormy. One bus delays, the second one is moving. Like if you're supposed to take another second bus and your first bus is already delayed, you just have to continue moving. The second one will just be moving because they don't care if you're supposed to join that second bus. It's just the time. So if it's the time to move, they'll move. Sometimes some buses will just be, will not even check their time. They just want to be slow, and you know, at the end of the day, you might even miss your bus. That very day, I missed my second bus, and then I was just going round and round. So with the whole thing, I now joined the train. I went to downtown and I joined the train. I was supposed to stop, but I didn't stop because like for me to alight the train, it was very far. Like I didn't even know. So it was even the person that told me that the door for you to leave is like literally in front, and these trains are like so long. I was like, what's happening here? I was literally running. The train stops at the train stop and nobody comes down. They'll move whether you come down or you not come down. They will move because they work with time here. So I was just running and running, but they didn't even listen to me. Like, so when I got to the door, they already started moving. I said, okay, today is today. Twitter stop is today. So I was thinking, okay, maybe they're going to stop me in another train stop and then I could just take another bus back to where I'm coming from. But this train did not stop. Hey, they were just going and going. Train was going, and you know how the speed was. Hey, I found myself in a different total city. It was still in this Ontario, but like it was in a total city. Like it was even after Toronto, like it was in a total different city. I was just like, what is happening here? Where am I? No, my mom showed me that the bus to take me there, it would take me like 5 buses. I'm like, what? And then I'll be there around 1 or 2 o'clock, and I was like, wait, what's going on? Mind you, this was around past 9, and I was just like, hey, what is happening today? So I now had to, I took an Uber. When the Uber I took, they told me that I have to wait for like 20 minutes for the Uber to come in. I was like, what is happening here? What is happening today? So I now took the Uber and I went back to work. And let me even see how much I paid. And then when I went back to work, I explained to my manager, I was like, my supervisor, I was like, because every shift has a supervisor. So I spoke to my supervisor, one of the supervisors. And when I spoke to him, I was like, look at what happened. I was really scared. I found myself in a different city that I've not been to. Like, look at what happened. And this person literally just said, we can't do anything about that. And I'm like, wait a minute. First of all, it was past time and you guys did not call me to know if I was even going to come in and to know why I did not even come in. Second of all, they knew it was a winter storm and they didn't even bother to, you know, reach out. I called them, I came into work and I explained to them what happened, and they just said that they can't do anything. Because I think I suggested that we that don't stay in the same city, because I had like other people coming from my own city down to my workplace. So I was like, is there a means? Because even some people do not even come. I now suggested to him that is there a means that we that are from different city, you know, he can consider giving us more time, or you know, providing transportation or doing something at least for the winter to calm down. He was like, we can't do anything about that. I'm like, wait a minute. I can't even say I was boiled. I was angry. I was like, wait, these people don't care a dime. They don't even care a pin about your well-being. They don't care if you're going to die, if the winter storm will carry you and go. They don't care. I was like, wait, this is literally a wake-up call, because first of all, I don't enjoy working here because your city is different from my city. And I come back, my legs are like very painful. I'm tired. I moved to a different city. I tried to do my assignments in the bus. I tried to do my quiz in the bus. I arrive home very late. I get cold easily. And I have to wait for my second bus like every 30 to 1 hour. And still, they don't care. I was like, okay. So I literally just cancelled the whole thing. Like I think the first time I reported to work, I was like, I'm not feeling too well. That period I was feeling very strong, but I was now focusing on more, I'm not focusing on other jobs. I was now trying to get another job that it was in my city, because if I tell you where I used to go to just work, anybody that I tell will always be like, wow. Hey, so it was just like, and I'll go to another city to work and I'll come back with pains, and these people don't even care about you. I was just like, okay, I'll focus more on my time. So I already missed the first week. I missed the second week. I was just praying to God, please. I know I'm supposed to. One time my mind was just beating me up. I was like, just go and collect this money. Because here in Canada, they usually pay bi-weekly. I was like, this is second week. Just work so that they'll pay you your bi-weekly salary. But I was just like, no. That time I'll go there and be working and I'll not be happy with them. Let me focus more on it. I was just praying to God, and that was how God was just merciful, and I got my PSW job. Like, it was just a miracle. Let me just be honest. Like, it was just God's faithfulness. I remember telling God, I was just like, God, please, I've missed 2 weeks already, and help me. And that week I got my job, even though it took me 2 weeks after. That's like a month plus to start working again. It was just a whole shift that I really needed, like a whole shift. Like I really needed that. I really needed a new job. So that is that from my experience, and it was not even funny. But now talking about it is just really funny. How I'll leave very early. I'll prepare. I'll cry. Like I'll just be like, wait, what am I doing? Because moving from I worked as a realtor in Nigeria, Lagos, and moving from that to this was just like two things, like two separate siblings, two separate cousins, in fact, and it was just a whole new movement for me. I really tried to adjust, but it was no adjusting. My body was not adjusting. It was not, because first of all it was far, and I don't know, no. But just that, if you find yourself in a factory, if you find yourself in a restaurant, if you find yourself in anywhere, there's somewhere to start from, right? So when you're coming to Canada, reduce expectations. If you're already in Canada, please get the jobs that you have and start working, because you can't always be expecting people from Nigeria to send funds to you. So any job that you get, there are good jobs. There are these jobs that you're looking down on. There are jobs that will pay you if you're not working, literally. So you just have to put in your, you just have to reduce expectations and try to work hard. And that where the job you're starting with doesn't mean that you're going to end with that job. There is no way on this earth. That's Canada for you. You're going to keep moving. If I decide now that I don't want to become a PSW and that I want to move to another job, and I put in my efforts and try to build my resume, I will get it. So it's just you trying to start up somewhere and work your way through, because they're very big on experience. They don't care if you have your first class or a result. They're just big on experience, right? So if you have an experience in that, just try and gather their experience. Is to go a long way. Just try and gather. They don't even care if you gather the experience so much in your country. They just want that experience that you're getting here. Just try and gather, even if it's voluntary job safe will give you that experience, and when they see it in your resume, they will call you. That is that for my story. Thank you guys for watching this length. If you have any questions for me, I'll be in the comments waiting for your questions to answer it. So thank you guys so much for watching to this length, and I'll see you in my next video. Take care.